6 zoanthropes on minimal difficulty. That sounds pretty insane. I'm not 100% sure I believe this, but let's see. I was just getting some experience for my bolter on minimal in the Inferno operation, and genuinely, WTF, had to deal with 2 lictors. Dude, the lictors don't, I actually like fighting the lictors. I hate when they catch you off guard, but as far as like melee fighting them with the counters and stuff, I really like fighting lictors. I would want to fight 2 of them. Not 6 zoanthropes. Bro, I hate zoanthropes because I play Bulwark a lot. I hate zoanthropes. Oh my god, delete them. And 2 of the flying... two zoanthropes already at the start of the mission. Okay, so, okay, are they saying 6 zoanthropes through the entire mission? That's a little bit more believable. Dude, genuinely, I was thinking 6 at one time. That, oh my god. Then I get to the generator room, 2 more, and then 2 Raveners and a Lictor with a cherry on top, and then, of course, 2 more of the Bollock's big brain. The way he's describing these are insane. But, of course, 2 more zoanthropes as dessert to conclude the operation. So, okay, let's see what they have here. The way they're describing them, you know, I'm kind of walking around their descriptions here. Okay, the Inferno operation had to deal with 2 lictors, 2 zoanthropes at the start of the mission. So at the start of the mission, 2 lictors and 2 zoanthropes. Then I get to the generator room, 2 zoanthropes, 2 raveners, and a lictor. So that's already, what is that, 9 like special type mobs, and then 2 more zoanthropes at the end of the operation, which I guess is the picture we have here. I didn't die during this journey, but is this what new players are going to have to deal with? I mean, you didn't die, right? So that's a good sign. But yeah, that does sound pretty crazy. But okay. Let's see what else people are dealing with. Got the survivor helmet. Short thoughts from a sweat. Modifying difficulty 1 through 4 was unbelievably dumb and shafts like 95% of the player base. 1 through 4 should be untouched. We wanted difficulty 5. We didn't want casual players to be punished. Yeah, okay. Fair point. They are patching it this week, so, you know, keep that in mind. But it is good to just kind of navigate the conversations people are having about the difficulty, so it is kind of documented, you know, the feedback and everything. I split between Heavy Vanguard and Sniper. The new dodge ability... Oh, wait. The new dodge absolutely ruins any fun to be had. So, okay, about the new dodge. I did see people say that apparently the devs confirmed it was a bug, but I don't know. It doesn't really affect much in PvP. I can see in PvP and PvE, it can definitely be a bit more annoying because you actually need, like, certain dodges for certain attacks. But the new dodge ability ruins any fun to be had on Heavy? Yeah, on Heavies, yeah. Okay, because Heavy has slower dodges anyway, right? If you get swarmed, the Tyranid missions suck when playing as the big guy. New dodge also makes fighting Zoanthropes and Terminus enemies awful. That's okay, but I don't know, just shoot people as Heavy first before you dodge, I guess. And you have a shoot, I don't know. You know, I kind of like the other way the dodge was, but at the same time, if you stick together and just shoot things, you should be okay. The tether mechanic would be fine with longer range, maybe 1.5 or 2 times. And if they had bothered to playtest it, they might have realized how ludicrously dumb it functions for last man standing. Oh yeah, see, that is just a good point. The fact that if you're the last man standing, you just can't regen armor, it just feels like a unnecessary change. I definitely, yeah, that's I would definitely say that's an oversight. Barbed Strangler spawn. Okay, does not like Barbed Strangler spawn. I think a sustained onslaught would run a lot smoother than the AI director just dumping everything on you at once after a quiet spell. It's like playing D&D and the DM decides they want the party to die. Okay, so this guy has the survivor helmet, so he did beat lethal, and he still thinks that it feels a bit unbalanced. I actually like the increase in mobs, right? I like the big fights. I like being able to fight and stuff, but it definitely has to be like, you know, it can't be out of nowhere like that for the most part, unless they kind of give like add resources. Now, if you do kind of look in corners, you'll definitely find like an extra grenade or something. But it would be nicer if it was if we just had a little bit more resources, and then I think a lot of this kind of just blows over. You know what I mean? Big fights are fun. Give us stuff to make the fights big and not end fast. One way or the other, you know? If you're struggling to clear any difficulties, the Space Marine 2 LFG Discord is great. Okay. Adding a mode with approximately 4k XP with Gen Seed that is aimed at 25 before adding Prestige or a new weapon tier is unrewarding. Okay. Running around half a level with no ammo because we spawned a Terminus and 4 Extremists in the first area sucks. Yeah, see, no, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we just add a couple more boxes we need to roll into or whatever. I don't know. Just maybe, actually, wait, can't you just, like, those boxes, when you break them, you normally get, like, 2 items? Just make it, like, 3 or 4. Make it 3. You know, just 1 for each person. Like, grenades, too. I don't know. Enrage doesn't add difficulty, it just adds time. You don't have to get good to get the helmet. All you need is patience and coordination. Yeah. I mean, it's fair enough. The positioning in this game is very important. It's much like the board game for the most part, or at least it plays that way to me. Where, especially in PvP, if you're out of position, no matter what class you are, you're probably gonna die. People gatekeeping it and pretending the patch doesn't screw over most players are heretics. Okay, I don't know. I think there's honestly good points on both sides. My last video, like, the comments are definitely split down the middle. And for every unreasonable comment, there was another comment that was reasonable that people kind of latched onto. So, I don't know. There was some good stuff in there. I don't think anyone who's on one side or the other with this patch is wrong at all. But this person's first point is, I think, kind of stands out, where it's like, yeah, they just wanted to add a new difficulty. Why even adjust the other difficulties at all? You know? If there's already going to be like, oh, this is the definitive hard difficulty. That being said, this game is still awesome. Hope the community stays strong. I hope they revert difficulty 1 through 4, fix the roll, and tweak the tether. Okay, fair enough. And they do have a picture here of the helmet as proof. As a player who only plays minimal difficulty, why did they ruin the fun of the game? I get if you want to play Ruthless or Lethal, but why are the players who just want to enjoy an hour of shooting stuff getting penalized? I think I played minimal recently as well. I played with 2 level 1s. I was a level 5 tactical. I'm trying to level up my tactical, and it felt good for me. For them, they were doing fine for the most part, but they're level 1s, so I don't know. As a player who only plays minimal difficulty, I would assume this comment has more experience than the guys I'm describing who are literal noobs, who basically just, you know, I could just melee my way out of every situation. It was very fun. I don't know what class they're playing, but the fun, I don't know. See, this is on the side where I'm like, you're kind of, like, no, minimal difficulty is fine, man. Like, I was just playing it. I play this game a lot. I would definitely consider myself above average at this game at this point. And it's like, minimal difficulty wasn't that big of an issue. Now, there were like 1 or 2 moments where I noticed where I was like, dude, if I wasn't here and we're all level 1s, I think we'd all be dead. Because, like, there would be like 6 or whatever. There'd just be a giant mob, and I would see them split up, and like one would go down, and, you know, it would get bad. But at the same time, like, tactical's so strong at minimal difficulty, it's kind of like a walk in the park. So I don't know what class this person's playing. Minimal difficulty, I would definitely not say is ruined. But, you know, their point is still heard. Like, yeah, why even touch minimal difficulty at all? I get that. The game went from being in a great spot and super fun to being completely miserable at every level overnight. What a shame. If they really play tested this patch and thought, oh, this is great, our players will love this, then this game is doomed. See, no, again, this is another comment where I kind of wanted to highlight this just because I feel like this is a bit of an overreaction. I would say this is even a more overreaction to, like, he probably already negatively reviewed the game, but, like, saying the game is doomed because of this patch is actually, like, no. like that's actually overreacting there. the, the game was in a great spot. PvP is still in a great spot. A lot of you guys are so afraid to play PvP just because you're playing another player. Don't really, like, you know, don't heavily project your feelings onto us because you're in a sad spot about this game, man. Like, not everyone feels this way. This super fun went from super fun to being completely miserable at every level. Like, no shot, dude. I still had fun at Substantial. Honestly, the difficulty's fine if they just add a couple more grenades and maybe a couple more healing things, dude. That, like, for real, it's pretty much on that level. Because even when I play PvP, I'm mostly under-leveled for at least the recommendations. But for Substantial, I'm at, like, the level they are recommending. I'm definitely going to go into the next difficulty. Dude, like, the game's really fun still. It's just a little bit harder, and yeah, some of it just, honestly, the RNG just shouldn't be able to screw you over in the ways that I'm reading about, like the zoanthropes and, like, all those crazy spawns. Like, definitely some of this, like, those spawns would be fine if you had the resources to deal with them. Throw in some more crack grenades for the bulwarks to deal with zoanthropes, and then I think everything should be fine, at least in that situation. Yeah, saying this game's doomed, though, because of that patch is absolutely crazy. If the next patch is bad, then okay, maybe. But I think this is an overreaction for sure. I just ran Inferno on minimal to see how it would go for me. 7 extremes total. I mean, that's less than what we just read, I think, right? With 2 at once during the final section of the mission, groups of 6+ majorous enemies littered throughout the mission as well. I completed the mission with 0 issue, but the point is, if a new player came into this, I don't think it would feel very fun for them with base level weapons and perks. Yeah, no, exactly. Basically, why did you increase the level of difficulty for, like, actual noobs? It's kind of crazy. Before anyone wants to come at me with just get good, I've beaten Lethal, but I still think the new changes make the game too annoying, especially for new players. And we just read a post about someone who beaten Lethal kind of having, like, the same opinions, where it just feels unnecessary for certain parts. If we want this game to have longevity, which I'm sure we all do, the AI director needs to be reverted to the way it was before, or new players will get frustrated and leave. Yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of new players in PvP, I'll tell you that much. Like, I'm not joking when I kind of, like, hype up, like, Space Marines 2 PvP. I'm just like, dude, it's very fun, like, and it's super laid back. I can just pull up a couple games and just run a couple games and feel like I'm gaming. You know what I mean? There's nothing to really. There's no hoops to jump through just to play the game. Like nowadays where you have to, like, search through your battle pass and you have, like, dailies you need to complete and stuff like that. Like, nothing annoys me more than dailies that are like, oh, you need to use an SMG, get 10 kills for more experience or whatever. I just don't do them. Like, I just find that stuff to be really annoying. But then at the same time, when you see stuff like that and you don't do them, then you're not getting as much as, you know, other players and stuff. So I don't know. This game's very, very easy to pick up in PvP. So if you haven't tried it out, definitely try it out. It's worth your time.